In the heart of a crowded neighborhood stood a small restaurant. It was painted bright yellow, and every evening, the sweet aroma of food floated out from its windows. People came from near and far, saying no one cooked like Mama Saad. Her food was so delicious that other food sellers in the area almost gave up. But there was one strange thing about her. No one was allowed near her cooking pot. Not even her workers. Mama Saad would lock herself in the kitchen and cook alone. She didn't allow anyone to help her, and if anyone tried to peek, she would shout and send them out immediately. Her customers never asked questions, they only cared about the taste. The rice, the stew, the pepper soup, everything was sweeter than magic. She sold more than everyone else combined. But behind those locked kitchen doors, an evil secret boiled. The secret ingredient. Mama Saad was not an ordinary cook. She was a woman who had made a dark covenant with spirits of the underworld. They promised her riches and success, but in return, she had to cook with the flesh of children. Every few weeks, she would lure a child from the neighborhood with sweets and coins. That night, the child would never return home. The next morning, her restaurant would be filled with hungry customers praising her food. In the biggest pot, hidden deep in the kitchen, she boiled the head of a child. From that pot, she made all her soups and stews. That was why she never allowed anyone near it. The curious sales girl. Among her workers was a young girl named Ada. Ada was about 17, hardworking but very curious. She often wondered why Mama Saad never let them enter the kitchen when she cooked. Sometimes, she heard strange whispers, like voices crying inside the pot, but whenever she asked, Mama Saad would slap her and say, "Do your work and stop asking foolish questions." One night, Mama Saad stepped out to meet a supplier. She left the kitchen locked, but in her haste, she forgot to carry the key. Ada noticed it hanging by the door. Her heart beat fast. This was her chance. She looked around, the other workers were busy attending to customers. Quietly, she slipped into the kitchen. The air inside was hot and heavy. The sweet smell that drew customers was stronger there, mixed with something rotten. The giant pot sat in the middle of the room, covered tightly. Ada's hand shook as she lifted the lid. She screamed. Inside the pot was not meat from cows or goats. A child's head floated in the thick red soup, its eyes still open, its small mouth half parted as if it had been calling for help before death. The stew bubbled around it, releasing that famous aroma people loved so much. Ada stumbled back, her stomach turning. But worse still, she noticed other bones stacked by the corner, tiny bones, fragile ribs, and little skulls. Mama Saad had been feeding the neighborhood with human flesh. Before Ada could run, the kitchen door slammed shut. Mama Saad was standing there, her eyes blazing like fire. "So," Mama Saad hissed, her voice deeper than usual. "You have opened my pot." Ada fell to her knees, trembling. Mama. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me." Mama Saada's laugh was sharp and cold. "No one who sees the pot leaves alive." She raised a long knife, walking slowly toward Ada. But just then, loud voices rose outside. Customers were shouting, asking why the food had suddenly stopped. Some even tried to push into the kitchen. Ada, fueled by desperation, darted forward, grabbed a burning stick from the fire, and flung it into the pot. The hot stew spilled over, splashing onto Mama Saada's legs. She screamed in pain, dropping the knife. The smell of burning flesh filled the air, not just from the stew but from Mama Saad herself. She staggered, and as the customers forced the door open, they saw everything: the pot, the bones, the child's head. Gasps, screams, and chaos erupted. The people of the neighborhood attacked Mama Saad with sticks, stones, and bottles. She tried to fight, but the spirits she had served abandoned her. By the time the police arrived, there was nothing left of her but a burnt body lying beside her evil pot. Ada told the whole story. From that day, the restaurant was shut down, and no one ever dared to enter it again. They said at night, the cries of children could still be heard from the ruins, calling for their mothers. And the sweet aroma that once filled the air? It was replaced with the stench of death.